Hello and welcome to the Men's European Cup 2018. This is Game 11. Manneken Beasts versus Barrow Infernos. I'm the lovely Beatrix, and joining me on stream is the talented Roller Polar Bear with the wonderful Coco on production. We're just going to go through the rosters real quick with you right now before we get down to business.
Yes, indeed. So, playing in grey, the Manneken Beasts, 004 is Panda. 1 Flash Bandicoot, 1030 Track Vader, 12 Bruce Wayne, 17 Silver Lion, 30 the Spaniard, 308 Gigi Hardy, 33 Human Fly, 451 TCP IP, 62 Murdoch, 666 Mr. Odin, 72 Sally Breuer, 77 Ki Dingui, 88 Trick or Threat, and 89 is Goofy. That is the Manneken Beasts.
Manneken Beasts, of course, playing in the grey. In the black today, it's the Barrow Infernos. 01 Duke of York. Sorry, they are in the orange. 027 Nomad. 117 Chob. 1759 Beerbat. 2020 Optical Zoom. 28 Jardine. 289 Dynamo, 32 Vash, 586 Speedy Gonzalez. Excuse me, 66 Scandalous, 69 Princess Leia, 808 Defcon John, 84 Roseblade.
And we're just about to get underway. Just 30 seconds left into this intermission before we dance in to this game. This is the fourth game we've had here today already. Just a couple of more games to go. After this game, we've got the third and fourth playoff, and then we're going to roll straight in to the final, which has now been decided. It's STRD against New World Order.
And before we dance into that, quickly, the officials: Dorian Gray, Gory Arestafan, Nurgle, Joker, Miss Fury, Mademoiselle, Bon Weasley, Hannah, Misty Moan, Stagosaurus, Sticks and Stoner, and Napurin Hanu. Righteous Oxide, Batmags, Holly, Caps Locks, Wonder Zebra, Trey Cruel, Daniel Rivero, and Big Smack. Otherwise known as Alice.
Yes, yeah.
Threw me a little bit then. We are about to get started. Track maintenance happening, Bear.
Indeed. Always a big deal, making sure the track is clean and rightly appropriated, ready for skating action. That's going to be happening right in front of our eyes momentarily. Of course, Barrow Infernos played up against Town and Fear yesterday. Town and Fear taking the win, which put them into the game's semi-finals earlier this morning. Manneken Beasts played against LRT yesterday. Quite a close run game, but LRT coming out the winners, going into the semi-final from this morning.
So this should be quite an interesting matchup this afternoon, Bear.
Yeah, men's European qualifier. They played in Halifax just a few months ago. Manneken Beasts only had a roster of 9 that day. Barrow are playing with a roster of 10, whereas Manneken Beasts have a roster of 15 for this game. So Manneken Beasts with the more skaters.
Yeah, I believe yesterday Barrow's roster was quite short. Today they have had a few more additions to that.
Yes, they have. Princess Leia wasn't able to play yesterday, but is now back with the team for today's game. Princess Leia, if you know Barrow, is a big jammer for Barrow, big point scorer.
Optical Zoom, also Vash and Defcon John, I believe, weren't on the roster yesterday, so we will see how that affects having that slightly deeper depth of jammer roster.
And we're about with the 5-second hand, about to go into the action. We have Roseblade lining up for Barrow, coming up against Trick or Threat, and away we go.
Trick or Threat pushing forward first of all, gets through on the first corner, but Roseblade in hot pursuit.
Yeah, both packs just trying to get optimum position. Trick or Threat just being clipped off at the end. No points being picked up by Barrow. Holly just checking in with OPR Wonder Zebra. And 2 points.
Yeah, I believe it was Speedy Gonzalez with the knockout there on the Manneken jammer, which forced that jam call off. As you said, 2 points picked up.
So about ready back into the action. 6'9", that is Princess Leia for Barrow, coming up against Silver Lion of the Manneken Beast. And Princess Leia really pushing out fast, coming up to the first corner, trying to spin away from the blockers of the Manneken Beast. Sally Breuer, last line of defense. Lead jam going to Princess Leia and Barrow.
Well, beautiful twosome work by by Sally Breuer and Mr. Odin at the front of this pack, shown once again, joined by Panda, to knock out Princess Leia and force that recycle back. Gives Manneken's jammer opportunity to get on through and complete their initial.
Yeah, Silver Lion able to break out of the pack and looking for points. It looks like there's a penalty being assessed to Princess Leia, and the penalty is being given. So into the penalty box Princess Leia goes, and Manneken Beast now on a power jam.
Now, I believe that was because Princess Leia actually was on the inner circle of the track there when calling it off and skated straight over. Maybe a little bit of confusion about the track lines.
Quite possibly. As we spoke of earlier, Princess Leia didn't play yesterday. Only came here this morning. So first jam for them. So yes, quite possibly.
Well, Silver Lining making his way around the track now. 10 points already on the board for the Manneken Beasts. Beautiful sweep by Panda. Speedy last line of defense. And Silver Lion able to just breeze on through. 5 further points on the board as Princess Leia returns to play. Huge hit.
Yeah, great work and a really big recycle going on there by the Manneken Beast. Princess Leia thought they broke out, but last line defense, which is 666, I believe that's Mr. Odin, with the big takedown of Princess Leia. And Princess Leia now right back into this Manneken wall, cannot break through. And Silver Lion being taken off by Jardine and recycle back.
Well, Jardine absolutely marking the Manneken jammer, but unable to contain for long. We're going to have a look at the defensive sweep by Panda in this last jam. Now you can just see here, Panda opens the door on that outside apex to help Manneken Beasts grab those points.
Yeah, scores at the time, 26 plays 4. We've just had over 3 minutes of gameplay here at the Men's European Cup 2018. And right back into the action. Ki Dengui lining up against Nomad. Nomad, big jammer now for Barrow. Really picks up a lot of points at Men's European Qualifier. But it looks like it's Ken Dengui comes out and is your lead for Manneken Beasts.
Nomad we saw yesterday, very flighty around the apex. This time unable to get the lift off. Has to return and recycle back to by the pivot line, which gives Manneken's opportunity to grab those points.
Yeah, meanwhile, Dynamo just trying to get Human Fly moving away from Nomad. Nomad taken off yet again by Human Fly as Ki Dingui comes back around for 5 more points. 10 points scored so far in this jam.
TCP IP with the knockout on Nomad. Recycle being pulled back by Human Fly. Nomad really struggling in this jam bear to even complete his initial.
Yeah, Manneken really have put the shutdown on what is usually a very capable jammer. And it looks like Human Fly though on the way to the penalty box, which will help Nomad out as he follows the same route pretty much as Ki Dingui. And Nomad is out and looking for points, but already a big jam being picked up by Ki Dingui and Manneken Beast. And decides to shut that jam down. So a 20-point jam being picked up by Manneken Beast.
That is huge indeed. Of course, both teams would have had opportunity to check each other out yesterday. Styles, gameplay, and of course, look at those jammers.
Yeah, as we said before, not the first time they've come across each other as well from the Men's European Qualifier, so the second time they've come across each other. But as we looked at before with the advantageous numbers that Manneken Beasts have, and it's just showing just now with the 46-4 split. So 42 points in it, and we've just had 6 minutes of gameplay, and it looks like Barrow have been assessed a penalty. So it looks like we've got a Manneken Beast and a Barrow skater in the penalty box at this time.
Well, official timeout comes to an end. We're resetting here. 46 plays for 25 minutes to go of this first period.
Hand is down, away we go. We have Goofy coming up against Roseblade.
Now, Roseblade, an absolute standout and physical jammer during yesterday's game. Let's see what Manneken Beasts make of him. Goofy knocked inside, recycled back behind the wall of orange. Everything happening between jam and pivot line right now.
Yeah, absolutely. But there goes Goofy. There goes your lead. Roseblade pretty much following the same path, but Goofy got about a half a lap to play with. Let's say Beermat's just trying to be held by the Manneken Beast, but Beermat was having none of that. Goofy round the outside, just being taken off by Speedy, but Speedy gets a low block penalty, shuts the jam down. And 3 points being picked up by the Manneken Beast and 0 for Barrow.
Interesting piece of play as well, because the Manneken's jammer just dropped the shoulder as he came around the outside turn of turn 3, and of course that was what pulled the penalty on the Barrow blocker. Princess Leia with the star once again for Barrow. Trick or threat once again for Manneken.
Yeah, both being taken back as well. Both walls just edging them backwards ever so more. Trick or threat now up to turn 4. Princess Leia just being taken off on the inside and now recycled back. Panda goes to the penalty box. Trick or threat, meanwhile, comes out of the pack and picks up your lead.
Well, both jammers out, but forearms penalty assessed to Barrow's jammer. Princess Leia off to the penalty box for the second time already in this game, which means power jam in favour of the Manneken Beasts.
Yeah, Manneken Beasts really coming out the stronger in this opening first period. And Trick or Threat now just trying to work their way through 3 blockers of Barrow. Big offense coming in from Mr. Odin, but Mr. Odin runs into a back block penalty. Righteous Oxide sending them to the penalty box. And Trick or Threat, meanwhile, comes back around, picks up the 5 points.
Princess Leia standing in the penalty box for Barrow. Trick or Threat just taking his time coming up to the engagement zone. Puts on a burst of speed and powers through the pack. Shrugs off the blocks from Scandalous to grab 5 further points for the Manneken Beasts.
Princess Leia just trying to spin away from Panda. Both bit of coming together. Panda ends up off the track. Princess Leia is able to stay on track, but had hit the deck. So again, Manneken Beasts with that big recycle. But Princess Leia able to counter the hit from the last-ditch defense from the Manneken Beasts and is out and looking for points. But Trick or Threat has seen that and gone for the call-off.
Well, Trick or Threat, being lead jammer, was in the driving seat of this jam. 13 points picked up for the Manneken Beasts, takes their score to 62. Barrow holding at 4.
Yeah, 58 point split so far, B. 58 points. How about that, eh? You like that?
Yes. Yes, I do. I like points and point spreads.
So it looks like a timeout has been called. And it's a team timeout being called by Barrow.
Well, I feel like good opportunity for Barrow at this moment just to regroup and decide what they want to happen on track. Right now, we're seeing a lot of separate defence, single defenders from the blockers, not a lot of together. We're not seeing a lot of braced walls. They start off that way. Certainly when the jam whistle starts, they are great containing the jammer for Manneken Beasts, but are unable to continue that once they're pushed against. So I'm wondering if they just need to be a little bit more firmer, a little bit more controlled in the way that they're bracing that 3 wall, and maybe a little bit more dynamic almost in responding to what is happening on track with the Manneken Beast jammer.
No, I think you're absolutely right. And I think Barrow, yes, they usually come up against, big tough sides, but I think they're in a situation where they didn't expect to be 62-4 down at this point as well. So Nat calling that timeout, the bench for Barrow, hopefully just at the right time for them, so they can actually reset and get together. Because when Barrow work together as a unit, they're a very good unit of blockers.
Yeah, agreed. But Manneken Beast blockers are really focusing on helping their jammer out. Oh, excuse me, Nomad with that apex jump doesn't land it the way you would like. Forced to recycle back to jam line and run that gauntlet of blockers once again. Manneken Beast, Silver Lion, grinding away up front, trying to find a space between the Barrow's walls. And this is what we're seeing here. Some brilliant, strong defense from Barrow and their walls. But the disruption is coming along.
Yeah, and it did so. TCP IP flying through. Now Dynamo able to break out the pack. And now we're just seeing that melee on the straightaway as both teams trying to pick up the most advantageous position. Both jammers flying through. Dynamo really picking up that speed, trying to fight out. And it looks like Silver Lions just took a bit of contact towards the face.
We're just going to have a look at the failed apex jump, the jump that never was from Nomad. Here you see straight off that jammer line. Huge jump, but just tipped off by number 1, Flash Bandicoot for Manneken. And I believe it was 117 Chob with that huge hit on the Manneken jammer there, which brought the jam to an end. So 3 points picked up by Barrow in that last period of play, only 2 by Manneken. First time we've seen a positive points differential in favour of Barrow.
Yeah, that'll be much needed. Might just give them that little bit of a nudge forward. Right now we're seeing Ki Dingui come up against Roseblade. And Ki Dingui sees that outside, quite patient as well, just waiting for it to open. And flies out, picks up lead. Meanwhile, Roseblade being recycled back by Merduk and Panda. As Ki Dingui back around, coming up against Jardine.
And we see Barrow's defense really concentrating on keeping Manneken Beast Jammer at bay and not dropping back to support their own jammer getting through. So they have to make the decision right now. What do they want more? Do they want to get their own jammer out, or do they want to defend against those points?
Yeah, and I think at this moment in time, we just seen it just then. The wall just completely split apart. And one went for offense. The other two were stuck in a moment that they couldn't get out of. And the points were just lost straight away. And Ki Dingui is taking full advantage of this at this time. Coming through again with 5 more points.
Yep, third scoring pass for Manneken Beast now. Roseblade forced to recycle once again in turns 3 and 4. And Manneken Beast Jammer keeps on pushing, 5 further points on the board for them. This is going to be a long game for Barrow, unless they all get on the same page here about what they want.
Yeah, just a quick takeoff by Jardine, and now a Speedy taking over. And Ki Dingui decides to shut the jam down. Picks up the 3 points just at the end of that pass. 23-point jam, 87 now, play 7. An 80-point split in favor of Manneken Beast. And it's not an insurmountable score, but at the minute they need to start thinking about getting together and playing how Barrow play. Because this isn't how Barrow usually plays.
No, completely. So as you said, 23-point jam there by Manneken takes their score to 87. We've got 18 minutes left of this first half. Barrow on 7. Princess Leia with the star for them, but Goofy for Manneken Beast tries for the inside, does not catch it. It is Princess Leia for Barrow, your lead jammer. Well, returning to the fray and forced to call off the jam as just unable to get any purchase in that pack, Bear.
Yeah, just a bit of an odd one, really, because I believe Princess Leia still had time to actually try and break out and actually start looking for points. I know Dynamo had gone to the penalty box, so they did lose the pivot, but I would say they still had time to actually look at trying and pick up points for that. You just don't know if you come into this game and it just isn't working out, and then you have a ricochet effect of every jam not working out in your favour. Sometimes 5, 6 jams where things aren't working out just really can be detrimental moving forward.
Trick or threat comes up against Nomad. Nomad pushing out first, 2 lines of defence, and Nomad is through, lead jammer. Trick or threat breaks through about half a lap behind, and the track is certainly favouring the Barrow team right now as Manneken Beasts sit in the penalty box. Pretty sure a low block penalty is also being called on TCP IP. We're just going to have a look at that spin from Nomad for the lead. Here you can see the 2 wall and a beautiful little 180 hop, skip and a jump around the Spaniard to grab lead.
Yeah, Barrow now up to 10, 87 playing over the 10. And Dynamo in the penalty box for Barrow, and Manneken got 2 in the box. So slight advantage for Barrow as he hit into this next jam with Silver Lion and Roseblade. Oh, Silver Lion, apex jump. comes out just in front of Roseblade, who is also just out the pack, and now both jammers picking up that speed. Silver Lion just with about a quarter of a track to play with.
Well, that was some beautiful work to get out. Pack is racing. Gigi Hardy looking to slow down and pick the jammer up. She doesn't quite land it though, and Roseblade through with points.
Meanwhile, Silver Lion also coming through, so 4 points apiece on this pass.
Silver Lining checking in with a jammer ref. I'm definitely lead. Checking in with bench. What do you want me to do? Roseblade coming up on a scoring pass. And, you know, Silver Lining there calling it off a little bit too late, Bear. It looks like Barrow were able to grab 2 extra points. So 6 points to Barrow, 4 to Manneken Beast. We're going to see a replay of Silver Lining's apex for lead.
Yeah, it should have been. Roseblade really thought they'd picked up lead, but great leave. And great awareness to keep them skates just in bounds as well, just to carry on with his scoring run. Team timeout called again by Barrow. Maybe them 6 points massively needed, obviously, to really get themselves back in the game, but also just might make them realize that this game isn't away from them, and there's still plenty of time to get back into this.
Well, we've just seen the previous 2 jams where Barrow have had a positive score against Manneken. Okay, only 2 points, maybe only 1 point, but the fact is that their defenses are tightening. They feel like they're a little bit more on the same page about what they want to achieve when they're on track, and that shows in the points. 16 for Barrow, 91 for Manneken. An opportunity for us just to say thank you to RollerDerbyCity.com, team uniforms, apparel and team merchandise. Thank you RollerDerbyCity.com for sponsoring the Men's European Cup 2018.
So it looks like we've now actually gone into an official review, which started off as a team timeout, now has become an official review called by Barrow. So as you can see now, the discussion is just happening as we pan across to the great crowd we've got here at the Men's European Cup, and this will only keep getting bigger as the day progresses, as we roll into the 3rd and 4th and the final of Men's European Cup here at the Walker Activity Dome in glorious Newcastle. Not just a place, but a state of mind.
I'm certainly feeling that. A state of mind. While we've got this official review happening, we'll just flash up those rosters for you once again, in case you missed it at the start of our game. As you watch it on YouTube, you can, of course, just rewind it. It's like it's all available to you. The technology is yours.
You can rewind on YouTube?
No, I'm always going forward. Time's a human construct, Bear. We all know this.
Well, I just let them play. I just thought...
Just autoplay.
Yeah.
Forever.
Just carry on.
That's how you end up in one of those YouTube spirals.
I've watched so many Dairy and shampoo adverts on YouTube now. And I just thought I actually thought I'd chosen them videos. I just thought I was having problems with the video.
Oh, we're going to find out about that official review right now and just let you know. So Barrow were requesting an out-of-play assist call to be made against the Manneken jammer. The officials reviewed and the no call stands.
Well done, Beatrix.
It wasn't me that reviewed it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was you that reviewed it.
No,
oh.
I'm no judge.
Yes, you are.
You're right. But silently.
And in a blog. www.beatrixjudgesyou.com.
Find out if you're on it. You will be.
Especially you, right now, sat on your couch.
Oh, wow.
Called Tony.
Oh, dear. Not Tony. 15 minutes left of this first period. Barrow at 16, Manneken at 91. If you've just joined us, it is game 11 of the European Cup 2018. We are back into the action. Princess Leia with the star coming up against Kate Dingu.
Princess Leia just trying to push on through to the other side, but Kate Dingu comes through, picks up lead, jam for Manneken Beast. Princess Leia running to just a slight bit of confusion and now having to be recycled all the way back.
Yeah.
Just yielded just in time as well because that track cut was on its way.
Yeah, runs up the outside this time though to complete his initial Okay, Dingu calling off the jam, and I do think it's something that Princess Leia is going to have to really concentrate on in this game, because those track cuts could come easily when we're seeing actions like that.
Yeah, and with such a short roster as well, if you lose one or two players, to a bit of fouling out or excessive penalty box action, then your team's just going to really, really suffer.
And especially when it is one of your jammers on your main rotation.
Shabba.
Goes
indeed.
without saying, doesn't it, really? But we said it anyway because we wouldn't be announcers. Nomad with the start for Barrow. Goofy, though, grabs lead for Manneken.
Meanwhile, Nomad tries the same route, gets it shut down by Human Fly. Oh, Goofy spins away, gets taken out by Jardine. Now to recycle way past the pivot. Dynamo trying to open up a route for Nomad. Doesn't happen.
And Dynamo also not able to contain Goofy. Nomad really in the mix here. Passes the star. Jardine now taking that star as Goofy comes in for a second scoring pass. Does not scrub off the speed bear between turns 2 and 3.
No, really, really quick work. But it looks like there's been a penalty assessed. I don't know if the jam is still rolling.
I believe it is. Jam ongoing.
Jam does come to an end. Yes, it comes to an end now. It looks like there was some slight confusion just at the end of that jam.
Yeah, 5 points picked up by Manneken. He was very clear about calling off that lead.
But then it looks like the helmet cover was removed.
Hmm.
And then it looks like, not so sure if there was a penalty to be assessed. Because skaters certainly over on the Manneken side had actually started to come back onto the track as they thought the jam had ended. But it looks like we're about to get back into the action now.
Well,
99 playing, 103 playing, 102 now playing 16. The scoreboard hates me, just like my parents. And it looks like we're back with K Dingui and Nomad.
well, K Dingy picking up that lead nice and quick.
Roseblade, not Nomad, for Barrow breaking also at the pack. K Dingui comes out, spins around, shuts the jam down. 3 points for Barrow, no points for Manneken. And Barrow will be very happy with that pass.
And you're just going to check this out on the replay here. Beautiful spin from the Manneken Beast jammer. Unfortunately, not able to land it. Of course, last time these two teams played, Bear, Manneken Beast won the game 2-1-1 to Barrow Inferno's 1-4-4.
So Manneken Beast will be looking for a 2-win streak over the Barrow Infernos.
Yeah.
All right.
Princess Leia with the star now. Silver Lion for Manneken. Oh my goodness, bodies hitting the track there. Silver Lion taking a tumble, chop off to the penalty box. Princess Leia, not lead jammer. That has gone to Silver Lining, and huge hits happening. Monsieur Odin off to the penalty box.
And the big hits, it's absolutely relentless. Manneken are matching Barrow's physicality, and I think this is a massive tell because 5 more points being picked up by Silver Lion. Looks like Princess Leia is out of the pack and looking for points.
And a quick glance over to the bench as Silver Lion came past, just telling everybody to stay a bit calm as tempers certainly frayed. Well, Princess Leia tried the apex jump, did not land it, and jam came to an end. 2 further points picked up for Manneken, takes their score to 7. Barrow not able to grab any points in that pass.
Just seen in that last jam as well, Beatrix, the sheer physicality of the likes of Monsieur Odin and the way they just went apart, breaking apart Barrow's wall. And
also Track Vader, it was Track Vader that went to the penalty box for that big hit. Then the physicality, as you say, it's there. And Manneken Beast seem really able to disrupt any kind of defense that Barrow are putting out. So whilst they may be successful for a jam or two, it's very quickly that Manneken Beasts are then learning that, understanding what the play is against them, and being able to take it part. That kind of learning on track and during live gameplay is pretty exceptional.
Yeah, and I think one thing about Manneken Beasts is they've just come strong so in these last few months and really started to own their own style. And I really think Barrow just cannot find an answer at this time.
Nope, and they've got to try and apply that same skill of learning on the go. Unfortunately, a slightly smaller roster, and that jammer rotation, having to try and protect that jammer rotation as much as possible, makes it all a bit of a big ask right now. 109 plays 19. This is a 90-point differential. 10 minutes left of the first half, Bear.
Absolutely, and look at you with the maths.
I know, are you proud?
I'm always
Thanks, Dad.
proud. I'm really young and cool. check out my YouTube channel. It's just adverts of shampoo. Anyway. So Dingui coming up against Nomad. Nomad breaks out, picks up lead for Barrow.
Beautiful. Dingui just trying to get past a wall of two in front. Duke of York in attendance. That wall of two turned into a wall of three. 117 Chob also working hard. Opens the inside line for Nomad to complete a scoring pass. And Manneken Beasts have no answer to this physicality, Bear, that is happening now on track right now with Barrow.
Yeah, Barrow really came out strong. Duke of York thundering in the big hits on Dingui. Dingui is out, but Nomad still trying to fly through this pack. Oh, great little apex jump at the end. That's a jam that Barrow need. Those are the points Barrow need. 9-point jam, 109 playing 28. And we're just looking at the replay now of how quick Nomad got back on track. Sweet little apex at the end and shuts that jam down.
Well, beautiful work by Barrow there. What a flash of inspiration to grab those 9 points. 28 plays 109. 9.5 minutes left of this first half. Fire in their bellies for the Barrow Infernos. Roseblade with the star. Goofy jamming for Manneken. Goofy pushing out first. Takes that outside line. And Barrow unable to laterally push across to keep him at bay. Oh, but beautiful dip and dive from Roseblade to also complete that initial. However, Manneken Beast Goofy already on a scoring pass. Roseblade is going to have to work hard, but Goofy shuts down that play.
Yep, just the 4 points being picked up by Manneken. A 1-1-3 plays 28. We're just looking at that replay now of Roseblade just trying to break on through and did so just on the outside. Monsieur Odin just not being able to get the contact.
Fantastic work and not scrubbing off that speed in any way either to get on through and try and grab some points. Manneken, unfortunately, picking up the 4 and stopping Barrow's progress.
And trying to get that progress back up and running is Princess Leia coming up against Trickle Frets into this next jam. Speedy Gonzalez on the way to the belly box on a multiplayer. Looks like forearm penalty going to Trickle Fret. So power jam for Princess Leia and Barrow.
Princess Leia recycling in that turn 1. Jumps the apex to get past Panda and grab lead jammer. Power jam now for Barrow. An opportunity knocks Bear for them to grab some more points.
It does indeed, but Princess Leia's running into 3 blockers of Manneken. Panda just trying to shut the inside. Cannot do it. Princess Leia through. 5 points.
Speedy Fonsalis back on track and in play, adding to the blocking contingent for Barrow as Princess Leia comes in once again, but standing and actually back on track. Trick or threat. And TCP/IP with that huge hit out.
Really just seemed to knock the wind out of Princess Leia as well. Got back up pretty quick, but skated ever so slowly back to that point for the recycle. Goes for the shutdown. Picks up 5 more points.
And we're going to see the replay of Princess Leia's apex for lead. Here you see the reset and then that huge jump past Panda. 10 points picked up by Barrow takes them to 38. Manneken on 113. And we have just under 7 minutes left of this first half.
Yeah, so Barrow will be encouraged with the 10 points just picked up. We're back into play. Silver Lion coming up against Nomad. Nomad, though, runs into a back block penalty, so Power Jam goes to Silver Lion, and Silver Lion just dodging the shoulder work of Scandalous to pick up lead.
Barrow setting up on the apex. But beautiful work by Silver Lion. Just getting down nice and low, Bear.
Yeah, just leaving that outside open didn't pay off for Barrow at all. Silver Lion looking at the outside again, able to just come across Dynamo. Dynamo goes for the unconventional block of trying to take off at Silver Lion. Didn't pay off. And Silver Lion carries on picking up the points. I'm sure I could try a block like that.
I'm sure you could. Nomad back on track and in play. Silver Lion paying no attention, though. Dodging and juking past those hits that Barrow are trying to rain down.
Nomad, meanwhile, out of the penalty box and getting a big hit from Human Fly, who's really been a standout blocker for Manneken. As we're seeing Silver Lion just trying to work the outside, now the inside, and comes through. But also just behind and now in front is Nomad, who's going looking for points.
Human Fly, definitely a blocker of note on the Manneken roster.
Yeah, really having a great game so far, Human Fly.
Oh, Nomad coming in on this scoring pass. Does not scrub off the speed. Works out well. Points on the board for Barrow. But Manneken with 19 points already. And Silver Lion with that low dip. But, you know, that makes it really difficult for blockers to be able to do anything constructive with him. And we're going to see Silver Lion shrugging off this block right now. You see, comes in around the outside, comes up to Jardine. Then we have Dynamo. That dip down just makes it very difficult.
It does indeed, and that's it. Dynamo did try to counter, and it just didn't pay off.
You can't go low as a blocker like that. Low and speed don't work together, unless you're a jammer.
Yeah, but as a blocker, it just didn't work.
It's not. Oh, my word. Key Dingu straight out of the pack. Picking up lead for Manneken. Roseblade caught in the mix on the corner of turn one.
Yeah, Roseblade now looking at the outside themselves, but now coming through, just coming up against the hips of Spaniard. Meanwhile, Kadingui, great work yet again. Round the outside, evading Duke of York, and Yardine comes through for 5 points.
Roseblade out of the pack, but to be honest, not really putting on any speed because he knew the play. 9 points picked up by Manneken, no points for Barrow.
Yeah, first time in this game as well with the 100-point spread has actually been broken. So 103 points in favour of Manneken Beast as we come into about 3.5 minutes left of this first period. So hand is down and away we go into this next jam. Goofy coming against Princess Leia, and it's Goofy who is out and about and lead.
Out and about looking for points, Bear, as he comes in on a scoring pass. Princess Leia still not past turn one on his initial, just finding Manneken Beasts wherever. Knocked to the inside, forced to recycle back once again. Meanwhile, Goofy out and 5 points already on the board for Manneken Beasts.
Yeah, Princess Leia now just coming up against TCP, IP, and Panda, getting recycled back, coming out of turn two. Meanwhile, Goofy again back around. Already 10 points picked up in this jam from Goofy.
Princess Leia finding the door firmly closed on any kind of progress. Tripod of 3 from Manneken Beasts just in turn 3. And Princess Leia having to drop back to try and get some speed and space. Finally now, some offensive work coming from Barrow to try and swing their jammer, but they have to switch back and, whoa! Goofy with that apex jump completely neutralizes the defense.
Yeah, meanwhile, Barrow able to get that start pass to Dynamo. Beermat being shown the floor. And that's one big jam from the Manneken Beasts.
We're just going to check out the replay here of Goofy's apex jump. Goofy just takes flight, nearly a full apex jump there.
Yeah, that was some great work, and the speed and direction was just everything. We just got a timeout call here, just the medics just seeing to one of the skaters here from Barrow. So as we can see now, the lovely crowd we've got here at Men's European Cup. Just all enjoying the scenery and enjoying all the action. And a big thank you to Sisu, who was our penalty box sponsor this weekend, witnessing evolution. Sisu.
Well, we'd like to thank our medical staff events medical team Saltney. They've returned to the Walker Activity Dome yet again to provide excellent high-quality medical cover. Their service and attitude is second to none, and they are appreciated for the commitment and passion they have for Men's European Cup and Roller Derby in general. Keep up the good work, events medical team Saltney. You guys have an army of friends both on and off the track. They are specialists in event first aid and medical cover, and cover all types of event regardless of size.
So don't forget, coming up after this game at Beatrix, we have Tyne and Fear coming up against Lincolnshire Rolling Thunder, and they'll be actually fighting over who takes the bronze of a Men's European Cup. Not fighting. They'll be doing some roller derby.
I'm glad about that, because that is not the event I signed up to commentate. Mud wrestling, no thank you. Strictly roller derby for me.
You've hit it here first. Beatrix will not announce on any mud wrestling game shows.
I'm sorry.
So just put your contracts away, mud wrestling organizations. It's not happening. Not here, not today, not ever. However, I'm available for mud wrestling, scooters, ramps, and all kinds of things.
Roller Polar Bear, nobody wants to see you mud wrestling, but thanks for the offer anyway. We are going to be back to the action in just some short time. Meanwhile, as you said, up next, Lincolnshire Rolling Thunder versus Tyne and Fear.
Yeah, absolutely, in the third and fourth playoff. So it is a big game. You want to be taking home a medal. That's their chance to get that medal. You don't want to be coming fourth. It's not the best of things for it to happen. I came fourth in the Men's European Cup. Yeah, I did walk away with a medal. I did walk away with someone's bottle of wine, but it wasn't the same feeling.
Now, Tyne and Fear played earlier today. They played New Wheeled Order at 11 a.m. They lost that game 2-7-7 to 1-1-4. Lincolnshire played the first game this morning, and that was against Southern Discomfort Roller Derby. So both teams already having had that challenge this morning to obviously decide who was going to go into these medal placing games, Bear.
Yeah, it was a really good game as well, because Lincolnshire Rolling Thunder really actually had SDRD on the ropes a few times during the first period. And then when we get into the second period, Southern Discomforts just experience, and they were just able to roll out great jammers like Reaper and Blitzkrieg, who just started to expand that scoreline and get themselves into that final, which we played at 7 p.m. here at the Walker Activity Dome.
So looks like everybody's been checked out. Medical staff have helped out, and we are going to get back to the action. 22-point jam for the Manneken Beasts in that last period of play, Bear.
Yep. Really, really strong jamming at the moment for Manneken Beasts. And every time we kept saying that Barrow might just start looking to chip away at this scoreline, Manneken just kept pushing it further away. And they're doing so right now. We're about to dance into this next jam with 2 minutes of gameplay left on the period clock.
For the first half. Pivot line start with a drop back. Nomad with the star for Barrow, and that is Trick or Threat for Manneken. Currently, obviously Manneken with a higher percentage in terms of leads in this game, and that's borne out in the store. Trick or Threat, sorry, coming in and picking up lead once again for the Manneken Beasts.
Meanwhile, Nomad just trying to fight through, just going up with the two blockers of Manneken. As Gigi Hardy trying to get with the Manneken pack. Oh, Scandalous with a big takeoff. But both bit of a coming together. It does leave Trick or Fret able to break out and pick up points. Nomad still being held in this pack and not being allowed any space at all.
All this work happening between turns 3 and 4 here. Sally Bruyere with the takedown once again. She's off to the penalty box, and Jam comes to an end. 3 further points on the board for Manneken Beasts. No points for Barrow.
Now we're going to be rolling in to what looks like the last jam of this first half. And it looks like we've had an official review called here by the Manneken Beasts.
I wonder if this is a tactical timeout called by them. Since if you don't use it, you lose it.
I think you might be absolutely right.
Well, a stop clock is right twice a day, so there's hope for all of us.
For some.
Although we are seeing team captains and benches coming into the middle, so it might be an official review proper. We'll keep you updated on what this is about in just one moment. In the meantime, do take a look at our lovely crowd. You might be able to see some of the dogs that have graced our presence this weekend.
Oh, there goes one now. Just on the way down to get some coffee.
Well, it's half time.
No,
just getting the steps in.
Yeah.
It's OPR. Kind of reminds me a little bit about like football managers when they're not having a great game and they pace up and down. This dog's feeling the same. Rooting for Barrow.
We believe the dog's called Flossie.
Coco, our producer, told us that.
Yeah,
don't take credit for it.
So, Flossie, big fan of long walks.
Oh, yeah.
Naps by the heater.
Do they like long walks in the rain?
Who doesn't like long walks in the rain?
Pina coladas. Don't give a dog alcohol, Bear. Kind of monster.
Look, it was one time. It was one time.
Why are Henway's ears crooked? Pina coladas and long walks in the rain. Anyway.
I always thought when it said getting caught in the rain, I always felt like the police had caught him. So I always thought the song was about a serial killer like pina coladas and liked being caught in the rain. I really thought that was the case.
I think life must have been tragic for you. What's not tragic is the moves that the Manneken Beasts were just briefly busting out on track. And you can see our alt ref, Duncan Disorderly, coming over to give us an update on that official review. So, Manneken Beasts were requesting a high block to be called on a Barrow blocker. The officials reviewed. The no call stands. Thank you, officials, for all your work.
Thank you, Duncan. And he ran at the end as well. Disregarded his shoulder, just ran.
Crazy times that we live in. Wild times, some might say.
Like the Wild West out there.
Oh, final jam of this half, we're assuming. Manneken Beast starting and ending in the same fashion. Silver Lining, lead jammer for Manneken Beast. Rose Blade caught up in the pack. 3-wall at the front here, and beautiful spin from Silver Lying, however not able to complete legally and forced to reset. Takes the inside line this time to grab those points. Roseblade sees the opening, takes advantage, completes his initial.
Yeah, meanwhile, Silver Lion just communicating with his team as they all go in on the offense, and Silver Lion able to come through, and Dynamo coming off track with him, so able to continue picking up the 5 points.
Roseblade now pushing forward, but not able to gain any traction. GG Hardy in the main event there was keeping Roseblade at bay. He does finally make it through. 4 points on the board for Barrow.
But at this point in time, the jam is definitely working out in Manneken Beast's favour. 14 points so far into this jam. And we're just rolling into the last 40 seconds of this jam. Roseblade trying to find the inside. Does so, skips away.
Beautiful work.
Greatly laid picture. Not any work to work with that as well. Just getting that advantage, moving forward, and picking up the points for Barrow.
Well, Manneken Beast, Monsieur Odin looking to try and clear the way, but that distraction working in Roseblade's favour, Bear, as he was able to take the outside line.
Yeah, yet again, it's
So this jam actually doing a great job for Barrow, boosting them. There was 18 points for Manneken, 14 points for Barrow, and here you see the Silver Lion pass for points. Silver Lion just take the outside. Dynamo escorted out with him though, and so the no pass, no point, no penalty was awarded. So that takes us to half-time. Manneken Beast 193, Barrow 56. 14-point jam for Barrow, I believe the highest jam of this half for them in terms of point scoring. And 18 points for Manneken, not their highest jam, but a successful one none the same, as they did come out of it positive in their points.
Yes, they did indeed. So we're going to see you very, very shortly for the second period of Manneken Beast v Barrow. Please don't go anywhere, and if you do, make sure you're back soon. We'll see you shortly.